in. Welcome to BOMISpirit. This is going to be the weekend reading for September 30th to October 1st and October 2nd. Thank you guys for coming and hanging out. Don't forget to like, subscribe, share, comment, all that good stuff. Check out social medias that we have, website, the decks that I use. There's a bunch of cool stuff below, so just go ahead and check that out, okay? I'm just going to dive right in without delay. I'm going to go over the astrology of the weekend and tell you kind of the flow of how the weekend's going to be playing out. Normally, I do sign readings as well, but I think for the weekend, because it is only for a few days, I think I'm just going to stick to elementals for the weekend, and for the weeklies, I'll do by sign. I think that's how we're going to do this, okay? Yeah, so let's do it. Let's jump in. So Mercury and Venus and Mars are playing big roles over the weekend. No surprise, they've been playing big roles over the week. I'm also going to go over how the moon sign is going to be influencing us. The moon's going to be in Sagittarius and it's going to move into Capricorn by the end of the weekend. On Sunday, we do have Mercury going stationary direct. Yay! And the moon will also be in the first quarter moon in Capricorn at 4 degrees for those of you who do follow those other more minor moon cycles, okay? So Mercury, let's talk about Mercury. So the beginning of the week, I talked about this in the weekly, where Mercury was giving us more of like open communication with the different aspects that it was engaged in. For the weekend though, it's more about like taking in information and stimuli. Mercury is retrograding from Friday to Saturday, and again Sunday goes stationary direct. But Mercury is also opposing Neptune in the weekend, like very closely. Sorry, I thought I heard screaming or yelling outside. It was really, or hollering. Hollering is more of that, like, appropriate of what I was hearing, but maybe I wasn't. Neptune is opposing Mercury this weekend, and very closely. Neptune, almost said Venus. Neptune's at 23 degrees Pisces, and Mercury's at 24 degrees Virgo. Mercury's also going to be trine Pluto, which is sitting at Capricorn, 26 degrees. So when we have this opposition between Mercury and Neptune, supported by this trine Plutonian energy, we have an increased sensitivity. Like, we're taking in information a lot easier, but taking in almost everything and almost too much of stuff. So we have like an extra perceptionary ability. Trying the best way to say this. You know, you can understand the subtext of what someone's telling you, but you can also pick up like the intuitive parts of what's going on between you and individuals, kind of like telepathy, essentially. You're also picking up on cues. You're also picking up on what's going on in your environment. You're also picking up on physical noise and, of course, like metaphorical noise, right? You're just taking in so much that it can become hard to discern between the noise, like the crap, and the stuff that's worth paying attention to. It's also hard to stay within a realistic context of some decision making and what you are being presented with. So it's kind of a funky energy that Mercury's presenting us with. But on Sunday, when it goes stationary direct, that will alleviate, and I'll talk about that in a little bit. But it's not all, you know, humdrum. We do have Venus energy, we've got Jupiter energy, and also when the moon is in Sag, it tends to make us feel really alive and hopeful and joyful and optimistic. Excuse me, and we have an easier time dealing with things that are not so pleasant. So there's still a lot of fun things to enjoy and indulge in this weekend. Indulgence is going to be a huge thing this weekend, especially like, I was going to say Saturday. Saturday is going to be more restless. Friday and Saturday we have these indulgent energies, but Venus is in Libra, home in Libra, sitting, going between 1 and 4 degrees, and it is opposing Jupiter, which is in Aries, also still retrograding between 2 and 3 degrees in Aries. This is really fun energy. This is party energy. It's Jupiter and Venus in opposition, but it is Jupiter and Venus. So this is party time. This is fun time. This is spend money time. This is eat good food time. This is go out and date time. Like, this is go out and have fun. It's going to be really hard to work with this energy, just so you know, like to do actual work or be on top of your obligations and stuff. But we do have Mars trine Saturn still very prominent. Mars is moving between 19 and 20 degrees this weekend. Saturn is actually retrograding back into 18 degrees this weekend, which there's another important thing I want to talk about too with Saturn. But coming back, yeah, Mars trine Saturn will help with any focus that you need, help with like needing to get things done if you really need to get stuff done this weekend, even though Venus opposing Jupiter can like work against us. So in a way, it's like, yeah, might be really hard to do the things that are really important, but I don't think it's gonna be as bad as it would be normally if we didn't have this Mars trine Saturn assist. Okay. Mars is also square Neptune. See, more Neptune. More Neptune get in the mix, and not in really positive ways. The Mars square Neptune isn't strong, though. It's relatively on the weaker side, but it will be getting progressively stronger. Now, keep in mind, Mars is slowing down because it is in the pre-shadow phase for retrograde, for its retrograde phase. It does go retrograde on the 30th of October, so we're approaching. I do believe the square between Mars and Neptune is the strongest on October 12th. So kind of mid-October. That should give you an idea of how slow Mars is starting to move. With any Mars retrograde period, by the way, check out the Mars retrograde videos I did. I think they'll be very helpful. With any Mars retrograde period, it slows us down. It makes it hard for us to be physical, to be in Mars energy, right? But that's so that we can kind of take a step back and look at things and reevaluate that part of ourselves, of how we assert ourselves, how we follow through in things, how we commit to things, how we even break things down if we need to, how we take action in our own worlds, right? But Mars is slowing down, so we're probably going to slow down. The fact that Venus is opposing Jupiter brings less vitality too, and also with Mars square Neptune, that aspect in and of itself also slows people down. That's getting stronger. So from now on, all I'm basically saying with all this jibber jabber, from now, words to Mars retrograde, we have other aspects at play that will make it hard to feel like we have energy to do things. So if you have important things coming up that you know you need to be on top of, plan accordingly. Plan accordingly, or find something that helps you to jump into fire energy really quickly, especially for those of you who are lacking fire in your chart. You don't really have that innate, like, get up and go sort of energy that's natural to you, okay? Mars trine Saturn also brings diligence, though. So coming back to Mars trine Saturn, which is happening this weekend, it brings a strong diligence and devotion and focus and loyalty. Really great for potential long-term relationships, or if you are in a long-term relationship, it might really enhance that. And then with Jupiter opposing Venus, that could bring some fun. That could bring some really fun, indulgent energies to your romantic sex life for those in really healthy, long-term committed relationships. If you're single this weekend, I really recommend going out, meeting people, and flirting and having your fun. I wouldn't say, like, go out looking for the one just because Mars is trine Saturn. I would definitely not say that, because we do have all this Neptunian energy making things really unclear, making it really easy to fall prey to deception, or just fall prey to really kind of overindulging in our desires and impulses, and especially with the moon in Sag too. So just have fun if you're single. But if you're in a long-term, healthy, committed relationship, really have fun with your partner. Deepen that relationship, deepen that commitment. It's going to be really nice. Okay? But that's overall what's going on for the weekend. Now, kind of going a little bit more to like a day by day. The moon, like I said, starts in Sagittarius on the weekend and moves all the way through to Capricorn. Moon in Sagittarius, uplifting, fun, joyful, optimistic energy. You know, we are also expanding our minds when the moon is in Sagittarius, like our philosophical minds, if you will. You know, we are a little bit more into our spirituality and open to things that are like not so black and white. So on Friday, the moon will be sextile the sun in Libra, trine Jupiter in Aries, and sextile Venus in Libra. This is even more feel-good, lucky energy, being kind of high on life. And again, indulgent with that Venus and sun and the moon. And Jupiter, whoo, with Saggy and Libra. It's very indulgent. It's very, very indulgent. Again, have fun. Just, try to be a little responsible. Be a little bit responsible. With the sextile with Venus and sextile with the Sun and Jupiter at play, I think Friday is going to be a really lucky day when it comes to meeting people or wanting to experience shifts in relationships. So I'd mark that on the calendar. Oh, well, you're watching this on Friday. So go out Friday night. I recommend it. Now, the moon is also going to be trine Chiron as we're moving from Friday to Saturday. This is just helping us to find some self-acceptance, to feel better and more at peace with some insecurities, anxieties, personal wounds of ours that we've been struggling with throughout our lives and even recent past, because Chiron has been in Aries for quite a bit, also making us kind of focus on these different things of our life. So just more self-acceptance. That's beautiful. Who doesn't want that? But we move into Saturday. Saturday we get a little restless. There's still that really fun, indulgent energy because the moon is in Sagittarius, but it starts to create a square with Mercury. It goes into an opposition with Mars. It goes square Neptune. We got Neptune again. It's like, so yeah, we're having fun, but then we get this agitated kind of feeling of like we really want to be doing things. We really want to be striving towards something too, like not just having fun. But then there goes the rub, right? Are you gonna go out and have fun and just relax and enjoy life? Or are you gonna like go and try to be all, you know, I need to make progress in this area. I need to get these things done. You might actually become paralyzed and then really frustrated if you kind of fall in that tug of war sort of space. But again, relying on your, hi buddy, relying on Mars trine Saturn, which is Gemini Aquarius, and I'm going to talk about that in a minute, will help here. It will help. It's also going to be a fleeting energy. It's the moon. The moon is constantly moving, so don't get too worried about it. Just think of Friday, Saturday, a lot of fun, and Saturday, maybe just a little restless. Just think of it like that, okay? Let's see. And then Sunday. What's going on Sunday? Oh yeah, Sunday. The moon moves into Capricorn at 4 degrees, and Mercury goes stationary direct in Virgo, and we deal with the first quarter moon. I don't know if I said that. Sorry. Clyde jumped up here and he distracted me a little bit. I'll be totally honest with you. I was like, oh, kitty cat. Oh yeah, what was I doing? I know. He's irresistible. Sorry. So we move into Sunday. Moon was into Capricorn. We have the first quarter moon in Capricorn, 4 degrees. Mercury, not Virgo, Mercury goes stationary direct as well. Now, when the moon moves into Capricorn, we do also have some funky aspects coming up too. We got a lot of squares. We've got a square with the sun in Libra. We got a square with Venus in Libra, a square with Jupiter in Aries, a square with Chiron. You know, it kind of brings us back down to reality a little bit more, but we still have the fun. The fun is still there. There's just something that gets in the air that gets a little more serious when we move from Sagittarius to Capricorn. And as I was writing my notes, I was feeling it. It's like it feels a little denser. It feels like we're getting a little clearer on the challenges we've been experiencing the last 3 weeks due to Mercury retrograde. Anything that's been affecting you the last 3 weeks specifically, you're going to get a little clearer on, a little bit more sober on. It has this feeling of like, oh, that's the answer. like that's the kind of feeling I'm getting like on Sunday. Oh, that's the answer. That's what it is. Huh. Like almost a disappointment with understanding, which is kind of a strange experience. Now, I want to talk about Pluto a little bit, and I'm probably going to talk about this a lot in the weekly, but we are also approaching Pluto going stationary direct in the upcoming week after this weekend. Sounded repetitive. When Pluto goes direct, you know, where you're moving from a state of really having things like being close to our chest, really internalizing a lot of things, and then it comes to the surface after Mercury going stationary direct and things are back coming to the surface. So, and I've talked about this too recently, but these couple weeks since the new moon Libra, it's going to be that. It's going to be a lot of shit, things are finally on the surface, or deeper things are more on the surface than we would have anticipated. Almost like this pressure has now built into a climax of whatever has been, you know, simmering below is now here for all to see and to be dealt with. So Pluto's playing a role in that, Mercury's playing a role in that, and Sunday seems to be this sobering understanding of what some of these things are and answers to personal questions or struggles that have been going on. It just has this feeling of, oh, it was that. Like that's how it's feeling. Now, the moon being in Capricorn, that's also going to emphasize whatever Pluto has been helping us with, wherever Pluto's been transiting for you, which has been in the house of Capricorn. Okay. So even your long-term processes, like whatever you've been dealing with for the last like couple years, last few years, you know, Pluto's been on our asses, you know, some of us more than others, but yeah, those particular things, those long-term processes you've been in, they'll be highlighted on Sunday. And it's clarity. It's all in the realm of clarity. I just can't shake this feeling of, oh, just, oh, like a bittersweet understanding. Yeah. Yeah. Some of you might feel silly because it also has that vibe too of like maybe feeling silly for, I don't want to say blowing things out of proportion. That immediately came to my mind, but I'm like, no, that's not it. But maybe getting carried away with worries or anxieties. Some of you might literally circle back and just be doing whatever it was you were doing like a couple years ago, or like back in an old position, because realizing like it actually wasn't as bad as you thought. Wow, I don't know why that just came up, but that had to come up for somebody. Um, I'm making Sunday sound really epic. Sunday's not that epic. It's not. Things are just getting a little bit more sobering, a little bit more clear, especially as we are like crash landing from the land of Sagittarius, right? The land of fun and imagination and indulgence, right? Like we're coming down from that high. But it's a positive thing. It's a positive thing. So that's what's going down this weekend. Now, as far as we're looking your personal charts to look at signs, I'd really, really rely on your houses of Aquarius and Gemini. That's personal to your natal chart, not just the third house and ninth house, right? But like your personal natal chart. 15 to 20 degrees Aquarius and Gemini. This is gonna whatever those houses are for you, invest in that part of your life in the weekend in some way, shape, or form. It doesn't have to be a lot. Just enough to keep you grounded, to keep you focused, to keep you on track. We have so much energy this weekend that's all about having fun, indulging, spending money, going a little wild, and putting yourself out there and meeting people and maybe getting into some flings or whatever. It's that kind of vibe, which we all need as human beings. But if some of you have really important things, you don't want to lose track of it, look to those parts of your houses and rely on that. To give an example, for me, that'd be my 12th and ninth house. So a daily spiritual practice would probably really help me a lot this weekend. I already do that, but that's just an example. Um, and then we also have Virgo and Libra energy. So I've given this range before, and it still applies here because it applies to Mercury retrograde, like where Mercury has been doing its thing, but it also applies to Venus and the Sun, which are in Libra. So it's a big range from Virgo 25 degrees to Libra 5 degrees. Pay attention to that range. It might fall in it might fall in two houses, not just one. This is where you're going to have a lot of the fun that I'm talking about, but also where you're going to be experiencing a shift in some personal challenges that you've been faced with in the last like 3 weeks because of Mercury retrograde. Okay? And of course, because the moon's transiting Sagittarius and Capricorn, why not look at Sagittarius and Capricorn if you want to? I don't think it's entirely necessary, to be honest, but you might just feel more emotionally invested or tied to those parts of your houses. Like those houses might just be a big priority for you over the weekend. So again, as an example, for me, Sagittarius is like a lot of sixth house. Yeah, sixth house. That's sixth house for me. Um, so I actually might feel a lot of joy and happier if I'm like taking care of business this weekend, actually relying on my chart, having some sort of routine, which is funny because having a daily spiritual practice would help me a lot this weekend. So for someone like me with my chart, that would be, yeah, daily practice, being organized, having a list of things, etc., etc., etc. Oh, I forgot one last thing. Saturn square Uranus. It is peaking this weekend. We're hitting the peak finally, and then it'll start to peter out. Personally, I am so thankful for that. I I've been feeling the pressure of it, and it's different than it was in the past when we were experiencing it during the pandemic. But that Saturn square Uranus energy is all about pressure and getting you to do things you don't want to do and making it difficult to do the things you do want to do. Like that's all Saturn square Uranus really peaking this weekend. And the fact that we have so much energy, like getting us to have fun and not really be on top of our shit, also kind of falls in line with Saturn square Uranus. Not necessarily in a bad way, but it falls in line with that. Like, it'll be hard to do all the things you want to do or even make changes that you want to make. And you might find yourself falling into circumstances by fate, Sagittarius and Jupiter, that you're like, oh shit, did I really want to be here? Did I really want to do this? But just roll with it. Just roll with it and have your fun and mingle, be social. We all deserve to blow off some steam. Okay? Just don't go broke. All right? Okay. Yeah, so let's go ahead and get into some cards. Like I said, I'm going to be doing elementals because it's a weekend reading. Just going to get a sip real quick. What's up, Clyde? What do you see? Oh no, he sees something. Oh no, he sees something. Hold on. What do you see? Okay, well, whatever it is, only kitties may be able to see it because my human eyeballs couldn't see it. All right. Who's going first? Air, water, fire. Air, water, fire. Water, you guys are calling me, so we're gonna go ahead and jump into the water signs. Let's see here. Can you scoot your booty? Just a little? Thank you. Oh, you're the best. You're the best. For my water signs, you know, I'm actually feeling the Honest Truth deck for you. So let's see. Any messages or insights from my water signs for the weekend for Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio? Any messages or insights for my water signs for the weekend for Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio? Feeling a little bit of an erratic energy with you. Oh, interesting. We get the full in reverse. You got some fear coming up, water signs. What are you afraid of? I think you're really just more anxious. It's like, I feel like erratic, anxious, a little like kind of restless energy for my water signs coming up here. And the first card out is full in reverse. This is telling me that you're having trouble trusting. You're having trouble just kind of going with the flow. That's what this is telling me right here. You might be finding yourself in a lot of social situations over the weekend, and it might just, it's almost like you're being put on the spot. Thank you, that's exactly what it is. It's like you're being put on the spot, and you don't want to be, and you don't really know what to do, and you're just feeling really anxious by it. It is requiring you to just kind of trust the present moment, and maybe even the people that you're around, and you might have, like, you're just having trouble surrendering. I can feel it. You're having trouble surrendering, you're having trouble being comfortable, and just kind of letting yourself be you. What else is going on for my water signs? For Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. Oh, good. Looks like you're, oh, hold on, I've got a peeker. Okay, anything else? Nope, all right, so it's looking a little better. We have the Six of Wands. We love seeing a Six of Wands energy, right? And then we have the Two of Swords in reverse and the Two of Pentacles. So you've clearly been struggling here, water signs, with making some choices. Maybe even balancing some things on your plate, because I just feel this overwhelm with you. I just keep feeling this overwhelm, and I keep feeling this anxiety. And, you know, maybe some of you have been putting some things off, and it's like you suddenly get put on the spot, and it's like, oh, shit. Time to like put up or shut up is kind of how it feels. Time to be honest. Time to just trust that it's gonna work out. I feel like there's just so much resistance and hesitancy on your end. But the Six of Wands being there again, it feels so public. I feel like so exposed. It just feels very public. But I think it is actually what you need. Like, you almost need that pressure to just like be pushed off the ledge a little bit, because you clearly haven't been letting yourself go there. Some of you have been in denial, like I said, or just procrastinating something, but having that pressure and having like, especially public spotlight kind of pressure, kind of just forces you to do it. Kind of like makes you go, just do it, water sign. Just go. Just go. Just do it. Anything else for my water signs for the weekend? Your fear is going to be exposed. And what I mean by that is you're going to understand it more, but other people might see that you're actually scared about something. I feel like my Scorpios don't like that. But there's a definite, like, I don't want people to know this, or I don't want people to see this. I don't want people to see me like this. But it's what you need. It's what you need to know that it's okay. You're human. It's okay. And also maybe to be surprised at how people just kind of want to support you and you kind of dealing with this fear. But the pressure of public is just what I keep getting here. Pressure of spotlight energy is exactly what's going to push you to just trust and to just kind of fall off the cliff. Any other messages or insights from my water signs? We'll see in a second. Wow. Oh my God, the overall. So now we have 4 cups in reverse out here. Yeah, this is relating to your fear. I just keep getting this fear of like you don't want people to see or know this part of you that like has anxiety and like isn't really good with trusting and is maybe afraid of rejection or maybe afraid of failure. I feel like some of you have definitely been dealing a little bit with some, I was gonna say depression and then I heard dissonance, maybe disassociation, maybe some have been a little detached, disassociated, a little numb, maybe a lot not really in your bodies, so to speak. And that's because you haven't been facing whatever this is. Like this 2 of Pentacles, 2 of Swords screams, sorry, my camera just glitched out. Screams, I have a choice I have to make and I don't know what to do. Maybe even feeling at a crossroads. Maybe even feeling like, you have these like different ideas of what is good for you, what is true to you, but you're not really sure which way to go. But there's a fear behind that. Whatever that fear is, again, it could be fear of rejection, fear of loss, fear of being seen, fear of people judging you for being afraid. Like there's a deeper fear there that you've been kind of avoiding, water signs. And something about being in the public, being around people, the pressure of that, the pressure of just, hey, just show us what's going on, just tell us what's going on. That's kind of what you need. You need to be pushed. You need to be pushed a little bit. Overall, we have the 9 of Cups, which is so cool. We got the 9 of Cups with the Wheel of Fortune. Oh my God, yes, water signs. This is gonna work out so much better than you could possibly know. Look, we even have 5 of Wands in reverse, putting away the struggle, the fight, the conflict. Look, to the 3 of Pentacles, to building something solid, to having trust, maybe even working with people, collaborating with people, letting people kind of be there for you. But this 9 of Cups and the Wheel of Fortune, being put under the spotlight like this, having this pressure to just kind of just surrender, just be honest, just show it, just talk about it, just go there, just unroot it, actually really changes things on its head for you. And I feel like really catches you by surprise. And you're just like immediately after that, it's like you feel good, you feel hopeful, you feel content, you feel supported. You feel supported. And the struggle just starts to dissipate and just starts to fall away. Very nice, water signs. Let me get an advice card for you guys. What decks do I have out here? No, I don't want those. I keep looking over here like there's decks over here and there's not. What deck is that? Nope, not an advice deck. Having trouble deciding. Sorry, give me a second. Oh, we're gonna do the Goddess deck. Yes, that feels very appropriate. We're gonna do the Goddess deck. Can I get an advice card for my water signs, please, as relates to the weekend? You break it. He loves to break things. Was that candle really in your way? Any advice for my water signs as relates to the weekend, please? I'm hearing self-acceptance. I'm hearing self-acceptance. Self-acceptance. I feel like it's relating to Chiron for you, water signs. So I guess the question also is, what have you really been challenged with as far as some of your deepest programming and deepest wounds that's really prevented you from accepting certain emotions, accepting certain ideas that you have about yourself, like even admitting, thank you, even admitting that they're there. It feels like admitting that there's some self-deprecating thoughts that you have about yourself or feelings you have about yourself that you don't let anybody get close to. It's about that. Maybe even comes down to self-worth or like not feeling good enough. Could even come down to that, but it relates to that. It relates to that. Can I get an advice card for my water signs? Wow, we have the Sun card in reverse with, oh, I don't know how to pronounce that. I'm gonna try my best. We? We? We in reverse. I'm gonna get you one more. Can I get one more from my water signs? I'm gonna read them both. Interesting, the Sun in reverse. I really feel a little bit of this like depressive, dissociated sort of vibe with you guys. And again, it's because you've been avoiding, right, going to this place of just admitting this about yourself to other people, to yourself, not wanting people to see this part of you, not wanting people to touch this part of you. Feels very emotional. But it's interesting, Sun in reverse, right? That kind of makes me think of that. Can I get one more from my water signs, please? One more advice card for my water signs for the weekend. Let's see. Ishtar with communion. Communion is a spiritual practice, but it also is one between people. COMM, union, right? Community. I just realized I could have sounded, but whatever. Anyway, coming back. Yeah, it's not just a religious practice that you do solo, it's also what you do with people. It's gathering, it's connecting. Let yourself connect, water signs. Let yourself connect. Okay. Sometimes the light shines too bright and too hot for you to achieve your aims. Although the sun is bright, getting too close to its fire will risk everything burning to the ground. Do you really want to know all that is hidden from you now? Are you ready to face the harsh light of illumination that rips open your old ideas and shows you what else is possible? Your alignment task is to be bold and brave. Don't shrink away. Know that this is all part of the process of evolution that calls forth the bright sunlight to show you the shadows you cannot escape of your own denial. Oh my God, water signs, exactly what we're talking about. I'm going to read that one more time. Don't shrink away. Know that this is all part of the process of evolution that calls forth the bright sunlight to show you the shadows so you cannot escape your own denial. Allow the truth to burn through your defenses. Then you will be set free. When the sun goddess, We, comes with her bright light, it is a day of reckoning that will lead only to miracles. Wow. There it is. There it is, water signs. Stop hiding from it. Stop being in denial from it. Just let it happen. Cry it out if you need to. That's okay. Cry it out. Cry it out, then go have fun with some people. Commune. Commune with people. Anyway. Your intimate relationship with the invisible world is being called upon right now as you enter unfamiliar environments and situations. It's time to commune with the great goddess, the aspect of the conscious universe in her most collaborative form. The world then becomes your oracle as it opens up and communicates everything you need in the form of signs, omens, and messages. Now is the time to pay attention to synchronicities and those moments when logic and reason fail to give you the full picture. The Mesopotamian goddess Ishtar reminds you of the time in her ancient temples when her priestesses served as oracles, communing with the goddess and imparting wisdom to the people who sought guidance. Look at everything in your life as an opportunity for communion, losing the need for self-centeredness, connecting to Source in a sacred, intimate way. You will not pray on your knees as a supplicant. You engage the great goddess as a partner in co-creation, participating in the making of worlds. No one needs to rescue you when you act empowered, aware, and awake to the wondrous miracle you're a part of. We definitely always need that spiritual connection, right? It helps to keep us balanced. It also helps to keep the ego in check. It's a very healthy practice. But I'm also feeling really strongly here, water signs. It's not just about that. That's part of it to help you face this truth about you and whatever you've been in denial about, but also to do this with people. You can have sacred relationships. You can gather and have fun with people in a sacred way, in a magical way. You totally can. Maybe some of you have struggled with that because I think everyone goes through a period of that at some point. For those who are in the community and kind of living this life of how to have fun in sacred spiritual ways. It doesn't have to be all serious, right? It can be fun and it can be uplifting. You can make anything sacred. Make anything sacred, but time to go there, water signs. Time to go there. Okay? Wow. All right, so let's move on. Fire air or earth? Fire. Hold on, sorry. Something's in my bra and it's really hurting. Forgot that was in there. Okay. Fire, air, or earth? Fire, air. Okay, air. Let's do it. Gemini, Libras, and Aquas. Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. You guys are feeling the spellcasting deck, so let's do it. Any messages or insights for my air signs for the weekend? For my Geminis, my Libras, and my Aquas. I feel like you guys are going to have the most fun this weekend, just saying, because we do have a lot of great supportive energies going on in air signs. Gemini and Aquarius, like I was saying earlier in the astrology portion, those signs are going to help to actually keep us focused, help to keep us on track. And then Venus is in Libra. The sun is in Libra. We are in Libra season. Just time for Libras to enjoy that. Enjoy your season. Any messages or insights for my air signs for the weekend? Let's see. Two of Swords, really? Moon and Libra energy coming through here with a Two of Swords. This doesn't really feel too much of like a, how do I say? It doesn't feel like a tortured feeling. It doesn't feel confused. It feels more pensive than anything. Like pondering. Really, Clyde? He's pushing his butt against me so he can get more space. Yeah, it feels pensive. It feels very observant and reflective of just your choices. Let's see. So you're in this pensive state, air signs. Any messages or insights from my air signs for the weekend? What are you pensive about? Feels like people. Ooh, Empress in reverse. Yeah, so air signs, it seems like you are taking a little bit of a pause this weekend. You're letting things marinate. You're marinating. I like to call it marinating. Marinating to me is like you got some choices to make. You got some things on the brain. You got some things on the list. And it's like, you know what? I don't know how I feel about this. I'm just going to sit with it. I'm going to marinate. So you're marinating here. You're marinating. It definitely feels like there's other people at play, though, that might affect some of these choices. Some of these choices might be collaborative efforts or even just romantic relationships or friendships. Some of you, it's actually about travel. That's coming through, too. Wondering if you should be going somewhere, maybe going somewhere with somebody. Any messages or insights for my air signs? You're not losing track. Sorry, this is something that's coming up. You're not taking your eye entirely off things. You're just kind of shelving them for right now. You have this understanding that it's not the right time to make a choice on certain things, but you got your eye on it. It's not totally out of your preview. Yeah, wow. Big pause energy. Hanged Man with the Tower. You know the tower is going to come. You're waiting for the moment. Yeah, that's what you're doing, air signs. You're just waiting for the moment. You still got your eye on things that are important to you, the things you're pondering, pensive about, marinating on. And it's not that you're not doing anything about it. You just know there's going to be a moment. And you're just waiting for that moment. Waiting for the moment. All right. Any other messages or insights for my air signs? Some of you, this has been quite the test of patience. I'm hearing that. You've really had to exert a lot of self-control to not just go into control mode, which is kind of an interesting little paradox there, but to not like go and put your hands like all up in the situation to like just get things done or get things to be a certain way or just to get to where you want to be. It's like you're really practicing some maturity here and some higher wisdom to be like, no, there's a right time. There's a right time to do things. There's a right time to decide on things. I'm just going to wait for the moment. And you're doing it with Hanged Man, which tells me you're trying to intuit the moment. You're trying to feel the moment. Very cool. Any other messages or insights for my air signs? Some of you, if this is relating more to like the spiritual part of your life, it's almost like you're waiting for a download. like download pending, waiting for a download or some sort of like just big like wapa kind of moment, big light bulb moment. Um, Feels also a little bit like a catalytic energy. Maybe some guys are waiting to be like activated in something or waiting for a specific activation. But again, that's for those who are. This is more of like a spiritual context as opposed to like work or life choices or what have you. Any other messages or insights for my air signs? Hold on. This position is like not working out with Clyde. Hold on a second. It's like my hip was starting to hurt. I'm all contorted in the chair. Let me just get resituated. Clydester, I love you, but you are taking up a little too much space. Come here. Come here. Thank you. Okay. Woo! I can stretch out my arms now. I can like sit straight. Oh, that's better. My hip was like, what are you doing? Wow. Page of Swords and the Ten of Swords. To get the moment to realize that something is over or you need to communicate something is over. And it's funny because like I just adjusted, right? It was like, oh, I'm all contorted, like something is not right. Let me get recalibrated, resituated, recentered, and like blah. And then we get these cards, which is basically coming out to say, okay, moment is here, moment is coming. And the answer to the choice, because again, you've been kind of in this pensive state, this pondering state, this marinating state. For some of you, it's literally an answer of something needs to end or something is over, or an answer is no. Like that's what it's coming across as. Some of you, it's about a conversation that needs to be had, but the Page of Swords, it's a research energy. It's getting information. So this could also just be the download that some of you guys are waiting for. The download comes in, you're like, okay, got it, thank you, understood, now I can move on now. Now I can actually make this choice. Now I don't have to be sitting in just wait mode here. You might actually have to like do something to get like calibrated to get the download for those of you who are waiting for the download. But yeah, when things fall into place, the answer is going to come, the moment's going to come, the moment's going to hit you. Okay. Anything else for my air signs for Gemini, Libra, Aquarius for the weekend? Getting stubborn on me. Okay, let's see here. Wow, yeah, look at this. We got Temperance with the Queen of Pentacles in reverse. This is beautiful. What did I say? Things falling into place. That's what Temperance does. Temperance balances things. It tempers things, right? It also is about resolution, resolving conflicts. When Temperance comes out, it also, to me, signals that a guide or spirit guide's kind of out here helping. And what is it doing to rectify? Queen of Pentacles in reverse, which is kind of an unbalanced, ungrounded energy. Like things are not really stable. Things are not really secure. It also leans towards focusing on money or finances too much, or that finances or money or material world could be relatively unstable. This is like a feeling of not being very safe and solid and secure, but that's being healed. That's being rectified as you get this moment. You've been waiting for the moment, and the moment's here. And Mercury is going stationary direct at the end of the weekend on Sunday. So probably par for the course here for you guys. Probably more so for my Libras because Mercury is retrograding through Virgo and Libra. We do have the full moon Aries coming up too. That's really gonna help my Librans. So feeling like Libra is probably at the forefront here for this reading, or probably just most impacted by some of the messages that are coming forward. And then when Pluto goes stationary direct too in the next week, like it's just a lot of potential for things to finally come to the surface, to have these breakthrough moments, and you're clearly having one. And the answer is no, or to end something, or some of you, it's actually just an understanding or clarity of something that you've been through to finally put it to bed, so you can have the clarity to move about your decisions the way that you need to. This pensive state, by the way, this pause you've been doing, it definitely feels like you've also pulled back on things that are related to your abundance. So whether that means you've been isolating yourself or maybe taking time off of work. Sorry, itchy nose when I channel. It's this feeling of you've restricted yourself almost intentionally. You've done things to restrict yourself intentionally. Overall, we do have the Death card. Jesus, just gets serious, huh? With the Hermit, and then we get the Fool. Oh, yes. Yes, 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 yes. So death card, as you guys know, transformation, death and rebirth, right? So going deep down underneath into the underworld, the muck, and coming up to the surface here after being a little isolated, being a little restrictive, but it's liberating you with the full energy. It's liberating you. You don't have to sit and marinate too much longer here, air signs. Okay? All right, let's get an advice card for you from the Goddess deck. Any advice for my air signs for the weekend? I still think you guys are going to have an easier time compared to other signs this weekend, just with not going so overboard with the indulgent part of it. I don't know why that was worrying me so much. I just, when I saw so many aspects leaning towards indulgence, it was like, uh-oh. Uh-oh. But I think you guys are going to do really well with that aspect of the weekend. Can I get an advice card for my air signs for the weekend, please? Let's see. You guys got 2. Ooh, potential with Cerduin, and then Isis, rebirth in reverse. Kind of similar to water signs. It's time to get out of this bubble that you put yourself in, this pause that you've put yourself on. You've been waiting for the moment. You've been intuiting the breakthrough, the moment to do something about it or to get the clarity you need, but it's here. It's here, okay? It's here, it's here, it's here, it's here, it's here. So let's go ahead and read these 2. All right, Sarah to win. You are a child of infinite potential, and the Celtic goddess Cerduin is here to remind you of the power that resides in the womb of your heart and the chalice of your mind. Everything you need is coming together right now, as if your life's reflection were shining brightly in a golden liquid in Cerduin's magical transformative cauldron. Imagine greatness, and there will be greatness. Envision peace, and there will be peace. Choose love, choose gratitude, and choose faith in the divine magic that flows through you. These are the only ingredients needed for the goddess Cerduin to work her transformation magic on your behalf. Regardless of the limitations imposed on your world by fate, culture, and conditioning, your true destiny is coalescing on your behalf. You can be anything you imagine. Remember this. Dream and trust that everything you need exists to make that dream a reality. This is the promise of the goddess Cerduin. Waiting in this moment of trying to feel out the moment, waiting for it to come, just to let it happen naturally. There's nothing wrong with that. But after reading that card, it also feels like some of you might have been so reliant on that you actually have been limiting yourself from having certain progress or making certain choices here. Okay? Almost like not trusting yourself to make the choice and just kind of hoping the universe just does it for you. But kind of like water signs, it's time. It's time. It's time. Okay? Now let's do Isis. Oh, Isis. The goddess Isis, with her powers of reincarnation, has a message for you. You are not broken. You are not wounded beyond healing, and opportunities are not necessarily lost forever. Your insistence on defining yourself by your losses and wound stories are not serving you now. Your alignment task is to fully accept things as they are. Choose to find a way to put the pieces back together. Let die what doesn't serve you, and focus on what works. There is so much goodness to come from the situation. Even in this moment you feel trapped. The goddess Isis wants only the best for you. As your fierce ally, she will challenge... Sorry, I'm getting a download, so I'm getting a little distracted. As your fierce ally, she will challenge you when you go off track, so pick up the pieces, tell a new story, and find home again. You'll be amazed at how beautiful things come together when you reject the trap created by the stories you tell yourself. You have the key, use it. Clydster's back. I was just getting a download. Some of you actually went through an experience where I can feel almost like you become overly cautious. you know, maybe you experienced a loss or certain changes that challenged your sense of security with the Queen of Pentacles in reverse, or maybe affected you financially. But I feel like it just made you very uncertain and a little insecure. And I almost feel like you get kind of small and you kind of like start to put yourself in a corner. You start to kind of close yourself off and really playing things overly cautious, overly safe. Just feeling like if you make a choice, it might be the wrong one. And so trying to, yeah, put things on a shelf and let things happen naturally, like almost like not kind of avoiding a choice, kind of, but it's just from an overly cautious place, which, by the way, avoiding making a choice is making a choice, just so you guys know. But I'm feeling that for some of you. Definitely feeling that for some of you. And it's like time to kind of put your faith back in yourself again and kind of like get out of that little isolated, put yourself in a corner kind of thing and try again and see what happens. Yeah. Okay, air signs? Sorry, now all of a sudden my nose. Oh my god. It's funny, like, you know, when we channel like certain things that the body goes through. It doesn't happen all the time, but yeah, sometimes when I channel, my nose just like ants all over my face. Is like how it feels. All right, so moving on, we have fire and earth left. I can put all these away. Okay. Fire or earth? Fire, earth. Why are you guys battling? I think you guys are battling out a little bit. Ooh. Fire or earth? Fire. Fire? All right, we're going to go with fire. Hi, fire signs. Hello, hello, hello. We're going traditional. We're going traditional with you. We're going to go with Rider Waite. Aries, Leo, Sag. You guys got some dark stuff going on. It's interesting. Definitely feeling you guys are being social. I feel that. You know, it's funny because remember I was saying that astrologically we have like overstimulated energy, like where everyone's a little sensitive. And fire and air signs seem to be like having trouble getting out. And fire signs, I feel like you're getting out. They're showing me like a dark wolf. Normally to me that signifies kind of the battle of our inner wolves, right? Like the battle that we have with our egos and the parts of ourselves that are a little self-deprecating, and also the parts that are not, that are just kind of like our own darkness, which is actually a very empowering thing, but that's a whole other video. Anyway, but that's what they're showing me. Something's agitating you from the inside. Something is riled up on the inside. What's going on, fire signs? I don't anticipate a fight. That's not what this weekend is about. I don't anticipate that. But it definitely feels like an internal battle of sorts. It's just, you're getting stirred up. Something inside of you is getting stirred up. A piece of you is getting stirred up. Any messages or insights for my fire signs for the weekend? For Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. Really feeling this from Aries. Saggy, just be careful of your impulses. If you get triggered this weekend, I can see Sag just kind of like, you know, doing the Saggy thing very easily this weekend. I can see that. But yeah, something inside of you is getting stirred up. And it just feels shadowy. Maybe a part of you that you've been denying. That feels right. A part of you that has been denied, and it wants attention. What is it? What is this part of you, fire signs? Any messages or insights for my fire signs for this weekend? I almost want to pull the animal deck out here for you. Hermit, Virgo energy. Almost everybody's gotten some Virgo energy, which doesn't surprise me because Mercury is going stationary direct. But here we have the Hermit. Again, it feels so strong. It's relating to a part of you that is pretty buried. it's kind of hiding in the dark. So even if other aspects of yourself is like out and having fun and being social, there's a part of you that's still in hermit mode. This is weird how it's coming across. I just got to be honest with what I'm getting. Yeah, even if you're being social and you're out and you're doing things, a part of you is hiding. Okay? A part of you is hiding, but it's getting stirred up because it doesn't want to be hidden away. It's almost like you locked away like a very primal part of yourself, which is weird to say for fire signs, and you don't want to let it out. Do any of you have 8th house energy stuff going on? Hold on, let me go through that really quickly. So Aries, 8th house would be Scorpio. Gemini, that would be Capricorn. Ooh. That's hitting a nail on the head for Capricorns. Aquarius, that would be Virgo. That's also hitting a head. Okay, yeah, that actually makes a lot of sense. So for Leos and Saggies, you have some 8th house energy going on this weekend, which makes sense. Yeah, it's like so you've hidden something about yourself, and it doesn't want to be hidden away. It doesn't. And it's you, right? It's not like it's separate from you. It is you. It's part of you. So deep down, you also don't want to hide this part of yourself, but why are you hiding it away? Why are you hiding it away? Oh. Is this why? Should we just go there, fire signs? Is this why? Is this why you're hiding it away? We have 2 of Cups in reverse, King of Wands in reverse. That King of Wands, I feel like just represents that dark wolf that I keep seeing. When King of Wands is in reverse, it's agitated. It's agita, okay? It's like, it is irritated energy. It can be angry energy. It can be kind of a short-tempered energy. It can be like an animal being backed into a corner, and that's kind of literally what I'm seeing for you here with the King of Wands in reverse. Page of Swords in reverse, and then, oh looky, the burden, 10 of Wands. There's a piece of you, fire signs, that is dying to come to the surface, literally pawing and scratching at the door, trying to break it down, and it's relating to this 2 of Cups in reverse energy, this Page of Swords in reverse energy. It feels like denial. It feels like denial about some desires you have or feelings you have that relate to relationships, maybe even one relationship in particular. Some of you, it could be a piece of you that you have not addressed, that is still upset or angry over being lied to, possibly about a relationship. But that's what it's feeling like to me. It's a part of you that's still upset and has gone unacknowledged. And it's a part of you that has been hurt in some way, shape, or form via relationship. And it is barking with that 10 of Wands. It's barking. It's barking. Okay. Some of you, this is like, how do I explain this? Because I know my Saggies have been going through this a little bit, like more Saggy risings, but Saggies in general, you guys could be experiencing this too. There's a Sagittarius collective, I'll say it that way. There's a piece of a Sagittarius collective out there that's been going through understanding their role in relationships, understanding the impact of their words, consequences for saying certain things or acting in a certain way, and the impact it has on people, and then therefore relationships, right? So there's been some reflection going on there for that particular Saggy collective. On how to rectify that, because Saggies do want to be heard. Saggies want to be heard and they want to be understood. They don't want to hurt anybody. Nobody really wants to hurt anybody. And if you do, then that's just where you're at. I'm not going to judge you for that, right? But Saggies, I find, really are disappointed in themselves when they hurt people. So Saggies are going through some reflection there, and also understanding the kind of people that really do work with them, that really resonate with them in a way that's healthy for them, right? So kind of also shifting what they seek out of relationships as a result of that. So Saggies, you might really resonate with this, but yeah, I'm looking at some anger. I'm looking at some anger, or just some ignored part of the self, some ignored emotion that is like, you're not going to ignore me. You're not going to ignore me. Any other messages or insights for my fire signs? Regarding this weekend. Some of you are also just sorting out feelings you might have about this cat. Some of you are also sorting out some feelings that you do have about somebody, or It, like you want to do something about it, but you don't really know what or how, so you put it away. That's some of you. Some of you just this is just suppressed feelings. Any other messages or insights for my fire signs for the weekend? Okay. Wow. Hierophant in reverse. There's a little bit of a rebellious energy here. Hierophant in reverse can be faulty belief systems or belief systems that are falling away that you don't really ascribe to anymore, or breaking away of contracts, obligations, that sort of deal. I feel like you're needing to break your own rules a little bit. You gotta let the wolf out. Sorry, fire said you gotta let it out. If you don't, it's gonna come bursting out. Overall, we do have 2 of Wands in reverse. With the Wheel of Fortune, yeah, this needs to change. Anytime the Wheel of Fortune comes out, that's what it screams to me. It's this change is needed. It's needed. It's needed so terribly. And with the 2 of Wands being there too, that speaks of making certain choices. You've just been sitting with this for too long, and it's coming through in different ways. So take it as it resonates. And of course, because this is a general reading, it could be vice versa. Where this could be somebody that you're actually dealing with, or someone in your energy field, not necessarily even you. So just take it as it resonates. But whether you have been ignoring feelings or desires you've been having about a certain person or relationships in general, or you've really suppressed some anger and some pain about a past relationship or relationships in general, either way, it's an angry little animal that's been locked away, and it's clearly been affecting you because it's a part of you. You can't ignore it. You can't ignore it. It's a part of you, and it's also been affecting your decision making with the 2 of Wands right there in reverse. Okay, let's go ahead and pull some cards. Thank you. This is also coming across to some of you, it's about your assertion, how you assert yourself, your own personal Mars energy, what you're capable of, like sense of leadership. So some of you, it's actually more about embracing that part of you and facing that part of you. With the 2 of Cups representing the relationship between you and you. Everybody has a leader in them. Whether it's, people want to act on it or not, everybody has that aspect to them. Some people wear it proudly. Some people are just, it's supernatural for them, and it's like one of their more primary characteristics. And some people, it's more their minor characteristics that they only have to pull out every once in a while, but it's there. And so some of you, this is about how you have struggled with being a leader, how you have struggled taking control of your own life and putting your life on a track the way that you want it to go. And so you've hidden this part of yourself away because you feel shame around it, or you feel like you don't have it dialed in some way, shape, or form. Time to face it. Okay. Any advice for my fire signs as relates to this spread and the weekend? Where are we at time-wise? Oh, we're doing good. We're doing good. I mean, the readings have been getting long. Also why I think I'm going to be doing this for the weekend and like weeklies of these signs. Any advice for my fire signs, please? Adaptability. There it is. Adaptability with, oh, it's a tough one. With the number 1 too, also speaks of that like whole leadership quality I was talking about. But adaptability, I think, plays into anybody who's resonating with the messages that came through for this particular spread, because I know there was a lot that came through here, because adaptability does play into facing ourselves, right? It's like you just got to flow with it. You can't fight that process. You can't control that. Like if something's there, something's there. Let it be seen, let it be known. Just face it. It's not going to hurt you. Like your inner dark wolf is not going to bite you like physically, right? It can't. It can't do it. But adaptability, 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 especially for those of you struggling with the whole leadership track that I was talking about, like that little group of the collective. Sometimes that's all you need. You know, you just need to be able to accept changes as they come. Even if, you know, you are trying to lead or trying to even just lead yourself, maybe not even necessarily lead other people, but, you know, taking control of your life in a way where you're trying to lead yourself in a certain direction and you hit a roadblock, sometimes shit happens. Sometimes it happens. If you hit a roadblock, you can't just sit there and give up, right? You can't just be like, oh, damn it, I failed, and then not do anything about it. No, you do something. You try something else. You find another way, or you look into other options, and then you keep going, right? That's adaptability in terms of leadership and in terms of King of Wands energy. Let's see if any other ones want to come out for you. Oh, you got two more. Mama Kosha. Oh, I love this one. With water, it's funny, water and your fire energy, speaking of emotions. And then we have Yuki Onna with stillness in reverse. So let's go ahead and read these for you guys. Where's the book? There it is. And then we'll move on to earth signs. When you've set intentions for how your life could be different, better, fuller, juicier, prosperous, creative, more meaningful, adaptability is the power you'll need to rely on. The old familiar you, the one who is used to your comfort zone, is now invited to dance in uncharted territory. The questions to ask yourself as you step into the unknown are, who do I need to become in order to experience this life I desire? What in me needs to shift so I can welcome this amazing abundance? You need to just let the wolf out. You may want to pull an extra card. Oh, okay. Well, we have extra cards. Know you have everything you need right now. You are aligned with the Celtic shapeshifter goddess Aine, who could move effortlessly between our world and the world of the fairy. Her power of adaptability is sparkling within you. Magic is afoot. Okay, let's do Mama Kosha. The world we inhabit began from the oceanic waters of life and the waters that surround us in the womb, both of which are the domain of the Incan goddess Mama Kosha. We are most attuned to the qualities of water, as the element of water symbolically represents our emotions. Our emotions move us to make and perceive the world as we know it. The beauty in this truth is found by observing water in all her properties and forms. Water is fluid and passes through cracks and flaws in the ground without stress, moving around obstacles and patiently wearing away the most jagged rocks until they are smooth and gleaming. Water ebbs and flows, comes and goes in a powerful rhythmic motion as the seas and oceans reveal their promise of release and return. Water rises up from the ground and seeds the clouds and then rains upon the earth to ensure growth and sustain life. Water turns to hard ice and blankets the world in a protective shell, even of soft snow, allowing the dormancy of life to herald a time of dreaming. Then the ice melts and the cycles begin again. To answer your question lies in determining what form of water reveals the conditions of your life and then recognizing the next evolution of your life's potential. If you're in an ebb, you can expect a flow. If things are temporarily frozen, soon they will melt. If it seems that your world is too wet and temporary shelter is needed, you can expect new growth and sunny days again. Mama Kosha reminds you that the waters of your life are perfect as they are now and just as perfect in the way they will evolve. Unlimited potential is revealed when this goddess comes to visit. Just flow. Let the wolf out. Just let it out, look it in its eyes, and talk to it, deal with it. Because it's you. It's just a part of you. And you can reintegrate that and you can start to feel better about either this particular emotions and feelings you have about relationships or past relationship, or if it's just about your ability to be adaptable and resilient and a leader in your own life and to deal with things when things go wrong, when things don't go how you expect or things don't go your way, and to just kind of deal with the situation at hand and keep going. Okay? All right, Yuki Onna. With stillness. Some days you wake up frozen, stuck, and unable to move due to the effects of emotional denial and resistance to what is in front of you. Or maybe you are exhausted, spent from the emotional burden of your current situation. The winter goddess, Yuki Onna, has come to help you move out of and past this experience into a healthier state of stillness. When you are frozen, it's the ego that is refusing to accept life on life's terms, potentially causing you fear and depression. A particular situation or person may be causing you to see yourself as a victim. The goddess Yuki Onna reminds you that this is but a temporary moment in the millions of moments of your life. The task she has for you is to answer one question. Will you trust the great goddess in the universe to be your active partner in co-creating? If so, slow down and let all your troubles go, and you will see the miracles life has to offer. You can get over this hump. You can let the wolf out. Face it down. Deal with it, because it wants to be heard. It wants to be addressed, and which is you. And you want to move past this. You want to feel capable. You want to feel strong. You want to feel like you can be confident in where you're taking yourself in your life. And for those of you who are dealing more about like relationships or even like repressed emotions around relationships, it's been affecting you and it's been holding you back, and it's time to deal with it and get your confidence back again. Okay? Wow. Did not expect that from my fire signs. All right. So Earth, my Earthykins. Let me just make some room here. Got very crowded. We're doing a few elements. Okay. Earth signs, Earth signs, Earth signs. What deck am I using for my Earth signs? I know, I heard it too, Clyde. Capricorn, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, Taurus, Virgo. Where do you guys want to take me? All right, I'm going to go with Runic Tarot. Come on. Don't be stubborn now. Any messages or insights for my Earth signs for the weekend? Any messages or insights for my Earth signs for the weekend? Let's see what that one is. Ooh, Strength. Okay, Earth signs, we're just going there. Strength is Leo energy. This is a very earthy feeling Strength card, though. Just looking at the illustrations, you got a big ass bear and you're in like grassy field. I kind of love it. But here we have Strength. Why is Strength coming out here for my Earth signs? I'm hearing Pride, actually. Wow, okay. I'm hearing Pride. Pride. This feels like an emotional strength coming forward. Strength of will, strength of willpower. Are you pushing forward on something? I feel like you're in resilient mode. Like you're getting ready to almost be in masculine mode, almost like you're ready to push something, to fight for something. That's how it's feeling to me. Like you're getting prepared. You're building up your internal strength is how it's feeling for me, Earth signs. What's going on? What are you doing? What are you up to? Any other messages or insights for my Earth signs? Earth signs, what are you doing? I want to know. Strength with Judgment. You're in prep mode. You're preparing and you're answering a call. And when I say answering a call, it's some sort of like either a download or you just feel literally internally called in a certain direction or to do something, go somewhere like, I have to do this. This just feels right, or that direction, or this person. Like it's a call. And you're preparing yourself. You're preparing yourself to answer it. To rise to the occasion, if you will. But you're building this mental strength. Some of you are working on your vessels. I'm also getting that too. Some of you have been working on getting your vessels stronger. Some of you are going to as a result of this call. Feels all serious. Way more serious than I would have anticipated for what's going down astrologically. Any other messages or insights for my earth signs for the weekend? I also feel a lot of communing with nature going on, earth signs. If you're not, I highly would recommend it. I'm feeling it as a positive force. Almost like nature wants to talk to you. Maybe that's how you're getting the call, through this communion time. Any other messages or insights for my earth signs for the weekend? Let's see here. Whoa, it's serious. You guys have only major arcana earth signs. And you guys do have a lot going on astrologically. Like, Virgo's I keep doing that. Mercury's retrograding through Virgo, going stationary direct on Sunday. Uranus has been in Taurus, retrograding, also creating that aspect with Saturn, which is like we've been, in a little bit of a pressure cooker with that sort of energy. And then we also have the moon moving into Capricorn this weekend. And then also it will be aligning with Pluto by Monday. Really significant stuff. The devil. You facing down the devil, earth signs. Yeah, you're building strength. That, like, honestly, that's just how it's coming across. You're building strength to deal with whatever the devil is for you. And the devil is not always bad. A lot of people just immediately go to, oh, devil's restriction, right? Or devil is vices and addictions. And it is that. And some of you guys are building strength to face down your own devil. But devil is also when you have a really good integration of your shadow and a really good integration of your own, like, darkness energy, and it's very empowering. Doesn't mean you use this shit in bad ways or for bad reasons, right? It's just reaching new levels of power from a different place. But it feels like, yeah, you're being called and you're rising to the occasion, and you are building this very deeply rooted strength. And it feels like a spiritual strength. It's even a physical strength. It's an emotional strength. It's a strength of will and the mind. Like, you're in prep mode. Like I almost equate it to somebody preparing, not really to go to war, but like maybe preparing for like the journey of a lifetime, right? Maybe even preparing for war. It doesn't feel that destructive though. Like, you understand what I'm saying? It just feels like a higher calling, a higher purpose, and it requires you to be really well integrated with yourself and very grounded and very focused and very on task. Like, that's what it requires of you. Some serious stuff, earth signs. This reading is not for everybody, for sure. It's not gonna be for too many people. Am I taking this? Yes. Who am I reading for? We've got the world. Are you going to save the world, earth signs? Is that what you're doing? Are you getting ready to save the world? Look at these majors. Strength, judgment, devil, and the world. You're preparing. You're gearing up. The world also speaks of travel, potentially international travel. You're rising to the occasion. You're rising to the occasion. Also, part of this rising to the occasion, for some of you, this could also be a little bit more like minor, not so grand in the way that I'm talking about it, but really, really being done with your vices, really being done with shit that's just distracting, like distracting habits that keep you from rising to the occasion the way that you need to have that level of self-mastery. The world to me really just feels like it's really indicating the level of the rise that you're being asked, that's being required of you, and moving into a crazy new chapter, a new level of mastery and maturity for yourself. But yeah, some of you are facing down some unhealthy patterns that they just need to go. They have no space for where you're going. You can't go to where you're going if you have these, essentially. You have all majors, and you got the big daddy majors. Anything else for my earth signs? Some of you have had this call before, but could not deal with some of the things you needed to get rid of or deal with to actually do it. Yes, they're really confirming that. Yes, some of you have had this call for a while, but you needed to get some shit straight and some shit in order and get to a place of self-mastery to actually answer the call. Any other messages or insights from my earth signs? Okay, finally, a non-major. Yeah, Eight of Cups in reverse. This speaks of attachment. Attachment and codependencies. This is the stuff that's been in your way. And it's time to just deal with it. And it's interesting too, right? Because this weekend is all about indulgence. Indulgence and vices and kind of giving in, right? And here you are in the thick of that and looking at it being like, okay, no more. And maybe that's what you need to actually like go and follow through with this call that you've been having for a while. Overall, we do have the Queen of Swords in reverse. Wow. And then the Magician. Again, you've had this call, and the Magician tells me that you are capable of it, that you have been capable of it, but the Queen of Swords in reverse is, ooh, but how? But how? The details. It's moving past the Eight of Cups in reverse. Move past the patterns, move past the vices, move past the programming, the codependencies, that shit. Just move past that stuff. Integrate, get really well integrated here and answer it. Because you're capable. You just had to get some shit in order first. Wow. Let me know what crazy things you guys are doing, because I feel like this is for somebody who like literally is about to like be involved in some big things or some big projects or saving the world or something. I don't know, but let me know. Let me get some advice for you guys from the Goddess deck. Any advice for my earth signs for the weekend? And I think I said this, but sorry if it's repetitive, but yeah, some of you need to be like really heavily challenged by some of your vices and these like codependencies and attachments to finally be done with them. To just see them for what they are. Any advice for my earth signs for the weekend? I feel like Saturn's been pushing you in this direction. This is coming through. So since the pandemic, Saturn's been square Uranus. I think earth signs, whatever challenge has come with that in the last couple years, that's been pushing you out of your comfort zone, maybe even away from the stuff that you've been wanting to do and towards other things. Those other things, I feel like, is actually the call. And please practice discernment with me saying that to you. Like, you are the judge of your life. You know your life better than I do. But I think that's it. I really think that's it. And maybe some of the ways that you were living in the last couple years, it's just like can't do some of those things anymore for where you're being called to go. Anyway, can I get any advice for my earth signs for this weekend? It's serious. You guys got Kali. Kali is serious. Kali's a very serious goddess. Kali with liberation in reverse, no less. Can I get one more for my earth signs? Ugh. So serious. Okay. Talk about dismantling and getting rid of shit. One more for my earth signs, please. I feel like it's not going to give it to me. Are you going to give it to me? Nope, I heard no. Okay. All right, so you guys get one. All right, Kali. When resentment and anger fester below the surface, the unprocessed emotions simmer until they boil over. It's easy to project anger, envy, and ancient inherited rage on others we perceive as the source of our discontent. When something triggers these emotions, we can project onto strangers as well as to the people closest to us. Nobody wins when so much pain is unleashed in the world. Take heart, for you're not alone. Know that rage and fury must have a place to be expressed, and you can use this energy to make something extraordinary to find a new way. The fierce liberation goddess Kali offers her daggers to help you cut the ties to stories you tell about your past once you have expressed and processed them. Remember, attachment, emotional attachment, codependencies, and patterns. So some of you guys, it's a lot more about like your own vices and addictions and things like that. Others of you, it's emotional baggage that you've been holding on to. And obviously with emotional baggage, we have emotions that are tied to them. anger or grief or sadness. This description specifically speaks of anger, but it's going to be different for everybody. Okay. The fierce liberation goddess Kali offers her daggers to help you cut the ties to stories you tell about your past once you have expressed and processed them. No matter what your conditions, your alignment task is to find a way to channel this rage, this anger, these feelings into creativity. Make something of it, of yourself, so you don't create destruction just because you can. Be willing to be teachable, even if it feels uncomfortable. When you know more, you can do better. Be willing to take full accountability for the energy you bring to the world. Kali knows the fierce, dark love she brings you will not always be comfortable, and the process of transformation requires rigorous self-honesty. You have what it takes. Now make something meaningful and be someone you're proud of. It's interesting. There's a lot of denial going on this weekend, apparently. With the Queen of Swords in reverse of the Magician, you've been trying to figure out how to deal with the situation of being called in a certain direction, even if you don't really want to even go there. But at the same time, it's like this, whatever you've been holding on to, whatever you've been emotionally attached to, or whatever codependencies or addictions that have been holding you back, you've also been in denial about it because you have been capable this whole time of answering this call, of whatever this call is. And for some of you, it's about fulfilling a sense of purpose or mission of yours. And you've been in denial about being able to do that. You've been ignoring that you've been able to do that because you've been holding on to this so tightly. Fire, air signs had it, water signs had it. I don't remember fire too well already at this point, but seems to be some denial going on this weekend that we're all going to have to be done with. It's funny because at the very beginning of this video, didn't I start out with being like, it feels like this weekend is oh, that was it. Oh, that was the truth. Oh, that was the answer. Something about it feels bittersweet or almost shameful in a way, or oh, that was it. Kind of the vibe for everybody this weekend. But again, there's fun to be had too. So please have your fun. Please have your fun. But deal with this. Deal with this. Earth signs. Okay, I'm going to go. I hope you guys really enjoyed this reading, and I hope you guys have an amazing weekend. And yeah, enjoy. Enjoy, enjoy, enjoy. And I'll see you guys very soon, okay? Take care.